Welcome to aminacademy.com. In History of Muslim World, let us discuss about Abbasid dynasty. Here are some key events in the chronology of the Abbasid dynasty. AD 750, Abbasids overthrew the Umayyad dynasty and established the Abbasid caliphate. The first Abbasid caliph, that is Abu al-Abbās al-Saffah, is proclaimed. 672, the capital of the Abbasid Caliphate is moved from Harran to Baghdad. In 775 to 861, Abbasid Golden Age. 861 to 945, the period of political fragmentation. 909, the Fatimid dynasty claims the title of caliph, creating a separate line of caliphs in the North Africa. 929, the Umayyad dynasty reclaims the title of caliph, lasting until it is overthrown in 1031. 1118 to 1258, a period of military revival. 1258, the Mongol invasion ends the Abbasid Caliphate after Hulagu Khan sacks Baghdad. 1261 to 1517, a cadet branch of the Abbasid dynasty rules as ceremonial rulers for the Mamluk Sultanate as caliph. In 1517, the Ottoman Empire conquests the Mamluk Sultanate and the title is officially transferred to the Turks. The Abbasid dynasty was named after al-ʿAbbās, the uncle of the Prophet Muhammad. Further detail, Abbasid Caliphate, second of the two great dynasties of the Muslim empire of the Caliphate. It overthrew the Umayyad Caliphate in 750 CE and reigned as the Abbasid Caliphate until it was destroyed by the Mongol invasion in 1258. The name is derived from that of the uncle of the Prophet Muhammad, al-ʿAbbās, died in 653, of the Hashemite clan of the Quraysh tribe in Mecca. From about 718, members of his family worked to gain control of the empire from the Umayyads and by skillful propaganda won much support, especially from Shia Arabs and Persians in Khorasan. Open revolt in 747 under the leadership of Abu Muslim led to the defeat of Marwan II, the last Umayyad Caliph, at the Battle of the Great Zab River at 750 in Mesopotamia, and to the proclamation of the first Abbasid Caliph, Abu al-Abbās al-Saffah. Under the Abbasid, the Caliphate entered a new phase. Instead of focusing as the Umayyads and done on the west on North Africa, the Mediterranean and southern Europe, the Caliphate now turned eastward. The capital was moved to the new city of Baghdad. The events in Persia and Transoxiana were closely watched. For the first time, the Caliphate was not coterminous with Islam. In Egypt, North Africa, Spain, and elsewhere, local dynasties claimed caliphal status. With the rise of the Abbasids, the base of influence in the empire becomes international, emphasizing membership in the community of believers rather than Arab nationality. Since much support for the Abbasids came from Persian converts, it was natural for the Abbasids to take over much of Persian, that is Sasanian, tradition of government. Support by pious Muslims likewise led the Abbasids to acknowledge publicly the embryonic Islamic law and to profess the base their rule on the religious of Islam. The Abbasids were the most famous and distinguished among the caliphs of Islam. They were so called because they were descendants of Abbas, uncle of the Holy Prophet. They made Baghdad their capital and succeeded to the full power and sovereignty of the Umayyads of Damascus. In point of fact, the Abbasids were more closely connected with the Prophet than the Umayyads had been. So al-ʿAbbās not only assumed the title of caliph, but claimed to be the heir and descendant of the Prophet himself. There, he instituted a new department of finance called the Diwanul Khiraj, while he created also the new post of vizier or prime minister in whose hands was placed the entire responsibility for the administration. From the time of the Caliph Razi, the vizier came to be known as the Amirul Umrah or the chief of the nobles. al-ʿAbbās ascended the throne in AD 750. Under him, the glory of the Prophet's family was once again restored, and the Umayyads were openly impeached as the assassins of the family. It was under the order of Abbas that the Umayyads were destroyed almost to a man. The solitary survivor Abdul Rahman fled to Spain and set up a separate caliphate there. These later caliphs covered the known as the Umayyads of Cordoba. Now, further we'll discuss about al-Abbās. Abu al-Abbās al-Saffah 722-754 was the first caliph of the Abbasid dynasty and is known as the founder of the Abbasid state. Abu al-Abbās al-Saffah was the first to the Abbasid dynasty and ruled from 750 to 754. He was also known as the bloodshedder because of his brutal attacks. His parents were Muhammad bin Ali, Raita bint Ubaidullah al-Haridi and Raita al-Haridiyya. He was married to Salama bint Yaqub al-Makhzumi and had children including Raita bint al-Safa and Muhammad bin Abu al-Abbās al-Safa. His legacy. Abbasids were descended from an uncle of Muhammad and were cousin to the Umayyad dynasty. The Abbasids ruled for 8 centuries and represented political legitimacy for Muslims. The Abbasid Empire was one of the largest and the capital was initially Kufa in Iraq. The city of Baghdad was later founded and became the capital. So far we discussed about the Abbasid Caliphate and its founder. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.